Good morning, Mr. Ms. Casillas. I'm Angela Macchia and attend the Intrusive School as a 10th grader. And today I will be presenting my integrated Math 2 and chemistry presentation of learning. And I'll begin with my math. On the simple score 1.2. Looking at my homework completion chart, my homework completion has been on and off. Most of that is because I didn't understand the concept, but I did go into office hours when I needed it. But with that still being said, I still didn't exactly turn in all the homework. On my assessment score chart, I actually did do pretty well on all the homework and quizzes, and my quiz grades actually reflected on my test grades, but my current grade in this class is a B. It's not exactly as good as I made it seem here, because what I did to receive it is my Unit 1 test grade was really low because I didn't study for it as much as I should have, and because I don't turn in the homework as much as I should. The essential skill I'll be presenting on is Essential Skill 1, Geometry Basics, on Learning Target 1.2. What 1.2 is I will be able to use theorems to determine the relationship between specific pairs of angles and use algebra to find angle measurements. The first question I got wrong was on the test, and I got right on the quiz. Where I went wrong was I didn't study enough, as I stated before, and started the problem right, but wasn't able to finish it. The second one was exactly the same thing, but for both of these questions, I did complete the test corrections by coming into office hours to understand where I went wrong and help to fix my mistakes. My grade is a B. It's not the grade I think I deserve. I think I do deserve a little bit higher because the main thing that's keeping my grade down is the homework completion, but I do understand the content, so no, this does not reflect my knowledge.
This is the end of my presentation. We'll continue on to the chemistry.
For my chemistry presentation, I will be doing Essential Skill 1, Gases. For my Unit 1 test, I did pretty well, and my predictions while doing the test were pretty much right, and I got mostly 3.5s, but this is still my lowest essential skill. 1A is students will be able to explain the effects of the random molecular motion in molecules in a gas. What this means is that molecules and phases of matter don't have a set pattern in the way they move. For solid, they stay in their original form but vibrate until enough heat is added that they turn into a liquid, which has more molecular motion but not as much as gas, which has the most. 1B, students will be able to apply the gas laws to relations between the pressure and temperature and volume of any amounts of an ideal gas or any mixture of ideal gases. The combined gas formula is P1V1 over T1 equals P2 V2 over T2. What this stands for is initial pressure times volume over temperature equals final pressure times volume over temperature. My evidence, couldn't think of the word, for this is from my Unit 1 test, and how I did the problem was, in the question, I identified the different parts of the formula and put them into that form and solved it from there. Let's see, students will be able to explain the values and meanings of standard temperature and pressure. Standard pressure that we've been using in class is 1 atmosphere, 760 torr, and 760 mmHg. And for standard pressure, we use 0 degrees Celsius and 273 Kelvin. Standard temperature and pressure is 22.4 liters equals 1 mole. 1D, students will be able to explain the Celsius and Kelvin temperature scales. Celsius is a scale where it's 0 degrees is where water freezes and 100 degrees is where water boils. It's also the easiest scale to understand. Kelvin is where 273 is where water freezes and 373 is where it boils. And 0 degrees is absolute zero. This is the only scale where that is an absolute scale. 1E, students will be able to solve problems by using the ideal gas law in the form PV equals nRT. The variables in this stands for pressure times volume equals number of moles times constant times temperature. My example from this is also in the Unit 1 test, and how I solved this was the same way, by identifying the different parts of the formula and then putting them into that format and solving them from there. This concludes my chemistry and math presentation of learning for